on 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Rockets in Houston. And for Houston, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And with a few moments here, we've seen a lot of coaching turnover. When you played, Shaq, what did you like in a coach, and what set the good ones apart?
Well, my coach had to be a triple OC. He had to be over calm, over cool, over collective. Especially with all the media whirlwind in L.A., Phil Jackson is that guy. He kept things cool and collected in the locker room. He was a triple OC.
Triple OC, almost like a triple OG. But I'll tell you, great coaches have great relationships with their players. And those relationships go far beyond basketball. Most great coaches would talk to you 20% basketball, 80% life.
Triple OC, 80-20. Good stuff. Good stuff. Happy to be here with you two guys. It's very deep. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Thanks, homie.
Dusk out of the city right there. And hello again, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday afternoon edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
So the Rockets win the tip. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Roberson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the 3 slot. Harden, no good. Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear the second half of the season. And then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
So here's Westbrook. Ty Lawson making his last shot. Westbrook kicks to Durant. To the paint. Adams, the pass to Roberson. Ibaka dishes to Roberson. 6 to shoot. The 3. The offensive rebound. Oklahoma City on D. Lawson kicks to Harden. Lawson the pass to Monteudis. That is in there. Lawson with the assist.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Westbrook dishes to Durant. Back to Westbrook. It's Durant with the drive. Makes it off the glass.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Rockets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Kevin McHale.
Defending Kevin Durant is one of their focal points in this matchup. He told me that Durant gives defenders problems because he can pull up and shoot at any time from any distance. He said usually you can try and funnel and trap a player, but with Kevin, there isn't really a way to force him out of his range.
Thanks, Doris. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. And he knocks down the first one.
You talk about Trevor Ariza last season. His field goal percentage dipped to 40. Mostly because he only took 3s, or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting 3s.
Ariza hits them both.
You guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, he was signed by Houston last year to play defense. I mean, and did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc.
Now Lawson, following Durant's three-point attempt. Howard with a screen on Westbrook. In the corner, Harden. There's the triple. Can't get it to go. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Durant kicks to Roberson. Back to Durant. Westbrook against Harden. 13 feet away. Westbrook can't get it to go.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Lawson kicks to Monteunus. The dish to Harden. Screen by Howard. Back to Ariza. Just 5 to shoot. Misfires after coming off the pick. Oklahoma City trailing. Westbrook with it. He dishes it to Ibaka. It's Durant on the wing. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. It's Westbrook with the drive. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over him.
Monteunus sets a screen for Lawson. Ariza, right side. Ariza with another miss. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans had really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
And the Western playoffs just, it seemed a bit amiss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Ibaka. Singler comes in for Kevin Durant. Waiters, he's checked in for Andre Robertson. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And the second free throw, good. Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
Now here's Jones. Harden outside. Shoots from 12. Another miss by Houston. Thunder have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Passes it to Kanter. Tries again, and he sinks the layup.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
And you know, guys, that's one of the things I like about Adams. I mean, he'll draw the ire of opposing players just because of how he approaches the game.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Beverly against Augustine. And it's Singler in the corner. The 3 off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, and guys, Adams doesn't want to be known as a dirty player. I mean, I think he feels he plays aggressive and he hustles, and that sometimes rubs players the wrong way.
Counted from 12. Harden's got 5.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Now here's Harden. He has 5. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. 7 points in the game.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Augustine against Beverly. Augustine, no luck.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
It's Harden with the drive. Here's Capella, and it's blocked by Adams. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Rockets lead by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And Rockets head coach Kevin McHale talked about the offensive force that is his James Harden.
His ability to make the right play, the right pass is more impressive. And then when he's coming downhill on you in the break, you got to guess right because he's going left and right and zigging and zagging.
Zigging and zagging and juking and jaking to boot, man. With Harden's speed, Clark, it must seem like he's running downhill while you try to guard him.
Yeah, it does seem that way. He plays downhill for sure. I mean, he's relentless, Kevin. Kind of like gravity in a sense. Right. Ever present.
Yeah. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
Cody Eunice and Howard, the post pair. Watson out there with Brewer. And it's Ariza in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Brewer off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
Now here's Westbrook. Durant in the corner. Back to Westbrook. Jumper off the screen. The putback, and Kanter throws it down.
He sniffed out that board and then powered it back in.
Pure Mike Clark, so strong going back up with that one.
Playing to his strength, too, guys. That's what he's capable of.
Here's Lawson. Screen by Howard. The open shot by Brewer. It's rebounded by Durant. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Oklahoma City moving it around. Kanter, high post. And that misses. That would have put him up.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Shoots off the step back. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Durant against Ariza. And they take the lead. 6 points for Kevin Durant. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game. Yeah, and a big year for Enes Kanter last season. I mean, traded from the Jazz to the Thunder and finally saw the minutes that he was hoping for.
And the Thunder with some changes. Baca comes in for Enes Kanter. And it's Roberson in for Dion Waiters. Howard kicks to Ariza. Durant with the steal. Here's Westbrook. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Westbrook's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Howard can't hit. The Thunder leading by 3. Feeds it to Robertson, trying his luck deep. It's rebounded by Houston. Now, here is Lawson. Here's Brewer. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
The Thunder have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And it's Houston on the break. Brewer's got the ball, and it's blocked by Ibaka. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. James Harden, he's checked in for Corey Brewer.
James Harden.
There's a screen by Motiejunas. And Lawson, here we go. Motiejunas has the open look. Hits the jumper in space. Motiejunas has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, you know, Hall of Famer and 3-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
Outside for Durant. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
I'd say, I mean, 8 lead changes, that speaks for itself.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Now, here's Lawson. And Howard with the stuff.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And for Coach Kevin McHale, last year was his best. A lot of people thought he could have been easily the coach of the year, leading the Rockets to their 3rd best regular season in franchise history.
And Kevin, with McHale, he's got this team improving every year. His team's win totals have risen as well statistically as I think becoming a better team. Wins aren't always necessarily what determines how good you are.
Teams changing it up here.
Rockets power dancer.
Ibaka. Right side. Augustine. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And Greg, how about DJ Augustine on the roller coaster ride last season, beginning in Detroit, ending up in a very creditable position with the Oklahoma City Thunder?
And a lot of that was because Jennings was so inconsistent for Stan Van Gundy last year, even so much so that he started starting Augustine. And this was just a small part of the turmoil for Detroit last season.
So back to DJ Augustine. It's the middle of last year, and he and Jennings are practically splitting time at the point. Then Jennings goes down with an Achilles injury, and it looks like Augustine will take over full-time duty. Nope, the Pistons trade Augustine to Oklahoma City for Reggie Jackson.
Both free throws good from Augustine.
You know, one thing about the Augustine-Jackson trade last year, it didn't help either the Thunder or the Pistons make the playoffs. It's just so hard to integrate a new player into your system that far into the season, especially when that player is a point guard. So a wild ride for Augustine.
The Rockets trail. Stripped away. Here's Robertson, defended by Beverly. Augustine passes to Adams. Ibaka with the screen on Jones. And Singler kicks to Adams. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They're crashing the offensive glass hard, too. I mean, they've dropped in several second-chance baskets.
The free throw drops for Augustine.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Adams against Jones. Adams dishes to Singler. There's the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Singler's got 5. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
And guys, Patrick Beverley, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. Now, Beverley is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
Now here is Augustine. Pass to Adams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Clock at 4. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Roberson gets the bucket. And the Thunder lead by 3. And Beverley plucked out of Europe by the Rockets. Clark, he signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player whose impact on the game really transcends the stat sheet. That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
Oklahoma City gets it back. And Ibaka kicks to Roberson. Beverley against Augustine. Adams. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Harden inside the three-point line. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Harden's got 9 points. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Oklahoma City out in front, up 1. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Kevin, obviously a very close game. What has been your approach tonight?
Well, we're just trying to pack the paint. Those guys are great. So we're just trying to make them see a few guys, get some deflections, and get some easy baskets.
Kevin, thank you so much. A hard-working Kevin Durant, gentlemen.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
They didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice shots. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Take a look at what Harden's been doing. He has 9 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
The Thunder with the lead. So for Oklahoma City right now, Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Andre Robertson out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Robertson out to the right wing. Fires for 3, and it's Westbrook. That time on the assist from Robertson. And that's now 7 points for Russell Westbrook. The Rockets shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. When you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents.
And so Westbrook makes them both.
And, you know, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook for that matter.
No good from Lawson.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want. And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
All right, Houston, coming onto the court on your own Rockets power dancer. Give it up!
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan as he addressed his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Kevin Durant. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Now, here is Lawson. Harden kicks to Howard. And nothing is falling for him right now. Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back, man. His body betrays him.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Now, here's Ariza. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Ibaka's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Westbrook against Harden. Westbrook with the bucket. Westbrook's got the lead up to 10 now for Oklahoma City. The Rockets have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Lawson the pass to Harden. Inside. Nice move. And he can't bank that one in.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Back to Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Howard. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Houston making some changes. Terrence Jones is checked in for Monty Eunice. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. And then for Oklahoma City, Cantor checked in for Steven Adams. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Here's Beverly. Harden sets the pick for Beverly. Back to Harden. The 15-footer. Another miss by Houston.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Now here's Waiters. Harden missing his last shot. That one rolling around and rims out. 1:41 left in the third.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the second spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6th going into the final games.
Now here's Beverly. And he makes good on the layup. Beverly's got 5 now.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
The Thunder leading by 6.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for Go Rockets Power Dancers!
Houston making a switcher. Cabela's checked in, and a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Roberson, he's checked in for Waiters. Outside Durant. From the stripe, and it's good off the back rim and in. Durant's got 12 in the game.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
52 seconds left in the third. Harden dishes to Beverly. Excellent D from Cantor.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Oklahoma City leading by 8. Cantor with a screen on Beverly. And Augustine kicks to Cantor. Cantor sets the pick for Durant. Back to Cantor. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Harden outside. The feed to Beverly. With one on the clock. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's the Thunder as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And so it's Houston with it. 11-point game. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Houston, Modi Eunice and Howard, the post pair. Lawson out there with Corey Brewer. And it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. Oklahoma City shooting well. They're at 45%. Westbrook against Lawson. Westbrook passes to Cannon, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Howard. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Thunder.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves.
Right,
More
now,
than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And how about the work they're doing also on the offensive glass? Creating those extra opportunities has been critical.
That free throw missing.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. He doesn't get the second one. And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
Rockets trail by 10. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And the rejection by Ibaka.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Just too dangerous of a shooter to leave alone from beyond the arc.
And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage. A career 53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, guys, Kevin McHale had some advice for the team in that last break. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We gotta wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
And getting back to Ibaka, everything changed for him the minute Kevin Durant was lost last season. I mean, defenses could focus on him, and he was the Thunder's only front court scoring threat. And as much as he's improved on offense, he still has neither the flexibility nor skill set to be a guy that can be considered a first or second option offensively.
Now Lawson. After the missed three from Serge Ibaka. Here's Brewer. The putback. Westbrook pulls it in.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Singler dishes to Robertson. Screen by Ibaka. And Robertson kicks to Ibaka. 5 to shoot. Looking for Adams. He gets it there. Another shot. And it's sent back by Howard. Lawson up top. Pass to Brewer. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Ibaka against Lawson. And the lead is down inside single digits.
Really a nice bit of flavor from Lawson on that one.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Rockets Power Dancers!
James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Durant's checked in. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Now Ibaka outside Durant. That's good.
Kevin Durant.
And the Thunder lead by 11.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Harden outside. It's Ariza on the wing. Down low, Howard, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
That one misses for Howard.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Now here's Westbrook. Great D that time from Lawson.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Guys, it's been their weakness to this point in the game, but they're still alive.
No good from Howard.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Durant wide open. He fires. Durant with another miss. Rockets trail by 9. Lawson kicks to Harden. Screen by Howard. It's Harden with the drive. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. On the wing, Harden. Just 5 to shoot. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got his 8th assist in the game. Oklahoma City leading by 7. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter. Adams against Howard. Shoots from 14. The shot's good from Westbrook. And the Thunder lead by 9.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime? Much more effective here in the second half.
Rockets power dancer. Give it up.
Gentry checked in for Steven Adams. Harden the pass to Lawson. Back to Harden. There's a minute left to play in the final quarter. Howard setting the pick for Harden. Shot clock at 3. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Moniunas.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Durant. Back to Westbrook. No good. And it's Houston the other way. Clark, a critical possession right here.
Boy, Kevin, you can just feel the crowd on pins and needles right now.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Stolen by Westbrook. And that's an intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul.
.17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
At the line for the Rockets, Russell Westbrook. At the line for 2.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Rockets Power Dancers.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Augustine. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, what was the key in securing this win tonight?
Well, we had to get stops. You know, those guys, they got so many options, so many good players, man. We just had to rally around each other and get stops.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. So long.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on him to deliver these sorts of performances, and he helped carry his team tonight.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
This was vintage Kevin Durant we saw tonight, fellas. Just tearing it up. He's got the most diverse set of skills out there from an offensive standpoint. There isn't anything he can't do. And defensively, he can do it as well. It's almost impossible to count all the ways Kevin Durant helps his team.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.